With all that excitement, we're just going to take a pause, and we're going to take a pause on Overwatch Champions to move on to our next topic. And it was a bit of a surprise one. It was a bit unexpected, though it was hinted at. World of Warcraft came through with a big story this past week, releasing a battle royale, pirate-themed battle royale. Nick, did you get a chance to play it, and do you have any initial thoughts?
Yeah, so I did get to play a little bit of it, right? Like just a tiny bit. I'm excited to see like where it goes. Like I'm not a big battle royale person, right? Like it's not a mode that I'm just gonna sit there and play all day. But let's say the cynic in me, right, is like, dude, it's so great to see them steal from Ascension more. Like I can't even express to you enough. Like literally, this is I know that they had to have hired at least a couple people from Ascension.
Maybe
because like the game, it's like, remember when they first got like in WoW, we got like elitist jerks people got into the game and they ended up on the back end.
The game director is literally the dude from Elitist Jerks now, Ian Asakosis.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm saying, but like that's when the game started to get better, right? And like this is like classic Season of Discovery, Plunderstorm. This is Ascension. This is highbrow theft, which is fine in the video game world. Do a battle royale, do it all with random abilities in World of Warcraft.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's really theft from Ascension because A, Ascension's thieving from them, but B, like they're not really going hard on this. And that's one of the criticisms of Season of Discovery. They're staying very calm and tame with this, but that's also where the Plunderstorm comes in, because like I feel this is great for WoW. It's great for competitive esports community around WoW. So it's not just the MDI. You're going to have an entry level. You're going to have pulling in, and it's a big sandbox experiment. But this is like there's currently a court of public opinion that's like torn on it, where it's like this game mode's terrible. It's not WoW. It's something else. And like they're not necessarily wrong.
They're wrong in the aspect of it isn't WoW. It's WoW. It's 100% WoW. It's on the WoW engine. It feels like WoW when you're fighting things. It literally feels like I'm leveling up a character. Like it's the exact same feeling that I get. But, like it's not their WoW. It's not their WoW. Their version of WoW. But we've heard that many times, right? Yeah. We've heard it many times through many expansions.
Well, let me just run through what this is as far as what Esports Illustrated is described it as. It's a thrilling 60-person PvP battle. You get dropped in on a griffin. You have to land and collect plunder, kill mobs, kill other players, and last person standing wins. As you kill those players, you can loot chests and you can gain abilities, spells, as well as utility abilities. Ultimately, just trying to like hedge your bet to win. And it's very, very Fortnite feeling. And I've enjoyed it so far. And I'm pretty much all for this. It's all based on the Wrathy Highlands map. And you have a storm just slowly close in over time, much like other battle royales. So it's not really a crazy different version of a battle royale, but it does feel drastically different than the typical WoW experience. But like Nick said, you could easily just sit there and spend your time grinding the mobs to level up, not see a single PvP battle, another player, and still be pretty competitive in there, or just collect the reputation to level up for the mounts and the cosmetics, which seems to be a big part of that.
It's solid fun, right? And like people who are saying like it's not my World of Warcraft. It's not World of Warcraft, right? It's not, but it is World of Warcraft. Like you do have to click the next tab over, but it is World of Warcraft still. It's just not where you're gonna like level up your fantasy character and stuff like that. But I mean, it's really cool. Like it seems over the last couple months, right? Blizzard has kind of gotten there. I don't want to say like they've gotten there, should be together, but like it kind of seems like they've been getting it together because. All right, so in the next, like, let's talk about like next expansion, right? Next expansion is supposed to involve like pirates. It's supposed to involve the Wrathy Highlands royalty, right?
Maybe like, not. Maybe like not.
It's supposed to. You never know.
The lore is hinting that direction.
It's definitely going to have pirates in it, right? It's going to have at least the one pirate who came back and was like, "Hey guys, there's this place over there that I came back from that no one else is like the Dark Continent." that they're kind of like branching. They're bringing everything full circle. So like they did it in Season of Discovery. Like Xalatath is supposed to be like that shadowy figure, right? Like everybody's suspecting it to be Xalatath, and the timeline's getting like messed up. So it seems like they're kind of using every single keyword that they're going to use in their next expansion and just putting things out. So like it all feels like it's all part of the same bundle, whether or not like it's, whether or not it is, right? Like Plunder Storm, it's great, but I do like, again, I like Arathi Highlands, Pirates, like this could be the reason why we all think it's going to be like pirate based with like Arathi Highlands.
Well, anyway, so like you're talking about lore here though, but like I want to talk about the competitiveness of it, because like that was also the skepticism at first. Like, can this be taken seriously, as serious as like WoW arenas can be, or that the MDI is, or the Race to World First now is, which is definitely the preeminent WoW esport right now. So in that way, Nick, do you feel like this game could be taken seriously as an esport?
No, it's World of Warcraft Fall Guys. It's World of Warcraft Fall Guys. Like everybody who thinks otherwise, like you're silly. But it's World of Warcraft Fall Guys. It's a fun game mode for you to have that's better than Battle Pets. Okay? Like it's better than Battle Pets, and like we don't have many mini games inside of World of Warcraft just in general. The ones that we do are just quests for the most part. Like this is like it's kind of like World of Warcraft's first mini game. Like
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It feels like a mini game. It feels like Fall Guys.
I feel like this is a beta test for it. I feel like there's something more at play here. They did add MMR a couple days after it started. So you're seeing rankings happen, but behind the scenes rankings, and it's definitely felt, and they've definitely talked about it in blue posts. But I feel like
there's a reason for that.
I feel like there's going to be something else happening here. There's definitely more at play. So like it's first and foremost a sandbox to test new actions and features and just playability. It's very action oriented. To cast, you don't stop, you can keep moving, though some spells are at slower movement speeds than others. The attacking is action. You have to point. You can't just tab target and auto hit. So like that, if that came through on a normal sort of expansion release, which most features do come through on, all these people are going to just complain about, this isn't WoW. This isn't what I want to be. So them testing it out here, getting people used to it, I think is part one of this. And then part two, I think this is Fortnite. I think they're going to try to go with a free version that you don't need a subscription for. Maybe it's on a limited time event series or not. But I feel like they're going to turn it and they're going to make it they're going to make an aggressive acquisition strategy here for World of Warcraft. They just announced the numbers of World of Warcraft subscribers are up. And I think this is the philosophy and the process that is involved with it, is getting these things, doing this stuff. So I do think this is going to be a way for them to test out new features and future expansions before they hit the expansions. And I do think it's a way to acclimate the player base, because the forums are just going to hate it because they hate everything. And then the third thing is that they're going to test a new way to play the game or pull people in, or even just push it to console now that they're mommy, daddy, Microsoft on board.
So I mean, I agree. Like it's a way for them to like test a bunch of stuff, right? But like, do remember that like, unlike a lot of other games that have PvP in them or are PvP oriented, World of Warcraft PvP is sweaty as F, bro.
Yes,
it's sweaty as hell. Okay?
WoW in general,
like they put in an MMR rating because like the people who are gladiators are coming in and they're just mushing people like they're stealing candy from little kids. Like they're punching kids in the head in their soft spot. That's how bad that they're beating people. Like I watched Peekaboo throw all of his items. He was down 4 levels. He threw all of his items to the last guy in the thing, and he goes, "We're gonna do this raw dog." He threw all of his items, all of his stuff, and he just boxed the guy down. Like it's sweaty, okay? Like, but that's always World of Warcraft. It's super
I don't
sweaty.
know about that. I agree. WoW is always sweaty, especially when you get to Classic, when you have this specific set you need to do, world buffs, etc. But like, there's going to be that level. The MMR is generally to make a competitive game. So like, it's not like an adult boxing a little kid. But I do feel like Speaking of Peekaboo, I randomly ran into him in a match and I almost beat him. I don't think he was obviously trying, or it wasn't anything really at stake there, but there is still a little bit of a sense of pride, and I fucked up. I almost had it. I overextended my engage and I couldn't close on it. That's my bad. He got me, GG's. But like, I don't think that I've got the experience or the capacity that he has in that. And for me to be able to do that, I don't think that says that poorly on the game, but I also don't think that says poorly on me or the duel that we had. So like, again, I don't think it was very serious, but for that to sort of happen with the MMR, I do feel like there's a little bit of a counterpoint to what you're saying.
I mean, sure. But like, we've played, like, as in our World of Warcraft career, the two of us, we've played a lot of PvP overall. But just in general, whether it be arena or battlegrounds, we're more raiders and everything like that. But we never shied away from PvP as part of the game for us, right? World of Warcraft players do that. There are people who play PvP and people who do not play PvP in World of Warcraft. And there's a lot of people who do not play PvP who are jumping into that sweaty, smelly area of PvP in Thunderstorm.
That's where the criticism is, because the cosmetics, they can't help themselves with FOMO to feel like they have to play it. But that's also where the best way to grind out the reputation, get the plunder, is not PvP based. You kill the mobs on the ground, you pick up the thing, you do the quest, which is essentially WoW. It'll be interesting, to see. It's only been out for a week. We have a lot more content coming up with it. Not personally ourselves. We'll talk about it as news develops, but specifically, we're going to be seeing a Twitch Rivals content creator tournament happening on March 30th, 10 a.m. Pacific, which I believe is 1 p.m. Eastern, if I do my maths correctly. And we're going to have like generally everybody here. Disguise Toast, Maxim, Asmongold.
Hey, you want to play the bingo? You want to play the bingo? I got Snuts, Peekaboo, those two teams. Venruki's going to disappoint us. Noble and Preach is that's what are we doing here? What are we doing that Noble and Preach are coming in? Like, this is what I mean.
The whole time about more.
Do you not even see the sweat that exists in this whole entire list? Like, and then they're like Noble and Preach, and this is no disrespect to Noble or Preach, right? Like, Preach does a lot of rating. I don't know what Noble does. Noble's got a really good channel. I know. I'm saying I don't know what he does in game. I like his content. I know Preach raids because he talks about it. Noble's not like, the other day I was playing World of Warcraft, right? He's like, no, today at World of Warcraft, and he has that awesome.
He does live stream. Right? Like, he does live stream as well, I believe. But anyway, like there is definitely a lot of sweat here, a lot of top end, but there's a lot of like casual players, casual streamers with the game, some streamers from other games as well. So it'll be really fun to see. I'm sorry.
Who do you think's gonna win? Pick 3 teams.
I think the safe bet. I think the safe bet is Zaru and Peekaboo, because Peekaboo's definitely been sweating on it the entire time. And like, I gotta say, because he beat me, he's gonna beat everybody else. So therefore, like, it was worth it. But you might see some surprises with like a Dorky and Growl, who are like high Mythic Plus rate players. And like as a dark horse, random, maybe in Nagura and Cruella, but
Tally's gonna come in. Tally might do decent. Like Savix is another one. Like Savix, really? Like the rogue guy is coming in here. Like if you don't think that he's gonna one shot you with some like slicing wind melee build, like it's gonna be over. Like, I don't know. Like that's probably like I picked the rogues. Like this is why this game mode is dangerous, right? And the reason why I brought up the sweat before, right, is because me and you both know a certain rogue friend that we have, right? They share mentality. Okay? This is the rogue sweat dungeon, okay? This is the YMCA for World of Warcraft rogue players, all right? Is really what it is. And I think that they'll win. Zaru, Zaru and Peekaboo and Savix are going to be my winners.
Yeah, I think Peekaboo is going to be a pretty strong one. I think Sarth is going to be another strong one, but we'll see this this weekend on the 30th. I'm going to be tuning in and watching. It's been a lot of fun. We'll see how Plunderstorm develops, how WoW and Blizzard handle the reaction, how players grow with their sentiment or just continue to like shit on it. But I'm for it. I want to see them do more of that. It's been really fun and definitely like more lifeblood into the game. But if you have anything else to add, Nick, I'm going to move on to our next topic. It's